if you touch Minnie Dlamini, it seems as if you'll have some problems coming your way. Hello, guys, how you doing? The saga between MacG and Minnie Dlamini has apparently taken another twist, with reports now coming that the Parliamentary Committee on Communication has raised some serious concerns about the unregulated growth of podcasts. So, according to the Sowetan, this is as a direct result of this situation right now between MacG and Minnie Dlamini. So, of course, those who do not know what this is about, MacG on his podcast had some comments there which some have interpreted to be misogynistic, degrading to women, body shaming, when he talked about Minnie Dlamini's. I'm not gonna talk about it here, but anyway, this is around her recent breakup with her plastic surgeon ex-boyfriend, and MacG was like, maybe there's something wrong with her. That's why she can't keep a man, and it was pandemonium out here. There was a massive backlash. More Love coming out saying they don't condone these statements. A lot of people coming out, against MacG about this. There was even a poll about whether MacG's podcast should be cancelled, and I saw on the networks or Podcast and Chill, one of their handles, basically on their stories, promoting MacG's book Uncancelable, right? The Rise of MacG. I think that's the title of the book. And it's quite something, right? It's quite something, an act of defiance, if I may interpret it like that, saying that, man, I've been uncancelable in the past and I'll remain uncancelable. But now there's this story now with the Parliamentary Committee. Apparently, the committee chairperson, Kusela Diko, this is an ANC member of parliament. I think she's even been President Ramaphosa's spokesperson in the past. And she basically, coming out and saying, it's worrying because when you look at the numbers, these podcasters are growing at an exponential rate and they are unregulated. And she was saying that, more people are turning to podcasts for, as sources of news, right? Podcasts are really powerful. I mean, we all know this. I mean, you look at the United States, with the elections there, how podcasts, social media actually played a big role, in those elections as well. And we see here, even prominent figures, in the past election, we saw many political parties, going, on MacG's podcast itself, because this is quite, a space whereby young people congregate, which is a big dynamic, a big demographic that, these politicians want. So, and whatever advertisers, all these things, it's a big space. We all know that, guys. It's a big space. So now, what's happening here is that, this chairperson says that, there is an unregulated growth of podcasts, which has the potential of creating a legal vacuum that could enable harmful content to spread unchecked. This is basically what she was saying, right? And the Sowetan linking that to the whole MacG and Minnie Dlamini saga. That's what they are doing. So here, what's happening is that there is obviously the Broadcasting Act. So the Broadcasting Act regulates traditional media, and I think right now there's talk, of extending its reach to platforms such as Netflix, Google X, the bigger platforms, because people tend to them for audio and audiovisual services, right? And but now there's now talk about that, but now the chairperson of the committee saying, no, hold on a minute, we need to extend this regulation to podcasts. So does it mean, where does it stop anyway? But where does right or wrong, I'm not saying that right now, but just think about it. If we're regulating podcasts, do we regulate everyone producing content on social media, or does it have to get to a certain level, or should you define your content is a podcast for it to be regulated. What exactly does it mean at the end of the day, right? That's the question. What does it mean? But basically, she was saying that a draft policy to regulate services like podcast has yet to be, to be finalized. So basically, we need to put podcasts in that group. Because they don't currently, fall under the definition, as services to be regulated by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission. So she was saying that at the end of the day, people can go against podcasts when it comes to going to the law, right, with regards to things such as defamation of character, like lawsuits. But she was saying that this might not be accessible to everyone in terms of financial resources. Not everyone can launch a lawsuit for defamation, but if someone can go directly to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission, for example, they can easily have access to justice in the event that their name has been compromised unjustly so in a podcast. So basically, that is what she is talking about. That is where she is coming from. And she also addressed responsibility of major platforms such as MultiChoice, which are now hosting the podcast, especially MacG's podcast, right, where they signed a deal, and she's saying MultiChoice has that particular license. So I don't know if she's saying that Minnie can sue someone like her, can sue MultiChoice, what's going on. But we saw Moja Love coming out against MacG, right? So it's quite interesting, guys, and I really want to know what you think. And she was saying, not the right to free speech is not unlimited. You can't basically infringe on someone else's, right to dignity. You can't do that. There has to be a balance. So, guys, let me know what you think, man. Should podcasts be regulated? What should happen when it comes to podcasts? And there was a lot of, back and forth. People, even with regards to this whole issue, people coming out supporting MacG, saying, man, you know, he was also attacked in the past, apparently, by Minnie Dlamini. If it was a guy, would the same shoe fit, and the likes. What do you guys think about that? Let me know what you think. Should anyone say what they feel about that? Is that a big deal? Was he just saying his opinion? Was he just saying his mind? What do you guys think about that, guys? And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video with someone else. Cheers, bye-bye.